Hi everyone, Kelt here, bringing you my thoughts on the British royal family and occasionally Harry and Meghan. And today I'll be talking about that so-called meeting on the balcony which got everybody talking. Prince William and Catherine are commanding significant attention, and the reasons are clear. Their recent public engagements, Wimbledon, William's polo charity match, and the state banquet for the French president have generated widespread discussion. At Wimbledon, Catherine appeared radiant, presenting trophies, engaging with players, and revealing a new ring stack that sparked considerable interest on social media. Prince William supported her gracefully, allowing her and their children, George and Charlotte, to take centre stage as they greeted enthusiastic crowds. The polo match was another success, with William raising substantial funds for charity while presenting himself as a confident future king. At the banquet, they hosted world leaders with poise, and King Charles publicly commended them in his speech. Supporters are responding enthusiastically, describing Prince William and Catherine as the monarchy's greatest asset, modern, approachable, yet undeniably regal. With criticism directed at Charles for appearing detached, many view the Waleses as the vital force needed to maintain the monarchy's relevance. However, a significant development is overshadowing this positive narrative, prompting widespread debate. Reports suggest that King Charles is pursuing a reconciliation with Prince Harry, creating considerable tension. On approximately July the 10th, 2025, a meeting, described as a peace summit, occurred at the Royal Overseas League in London, a private club known for hosting discreet, high-profile gatherings. This was not a casual discussion. King Charles's senior communications officer met with two representatives from Harry's public relations team, one from his Archwell organisation in LA and another from his London-based firm. The objective was to explore pathways for Harry's reintegration into the royal family, potentially in a minor role to mend familial divisions. Charles, it is said, is determined to resolve this rift before the end of his reign and is urging William and Catherine to facilitate this reconciliation. This appears to be an effort to restore unity within the monarchy, but closer examination reveals complexities. If William and Catherine did agree to this, which I doubt, it would be short-lived. Harry and Meghan would soon start behaving in their usual way towards William and Catherine. It's guaranteed, and they know this. The most striking aspect of this meeting is its lack of secrecy, despite being presented as confidential. On July the 12th, photographs emerged in tabloids capturing the three aides, Charles's communication officer and Harry's two representatives, conversing on a balcony at the club. The images, first published by Charlotte Griffith, a journalist known for covering Harry and Meghan, depict one aide holding a tablet and another gesturing during discussion, captured by a paparazzi's telephoto lens from a street below. The photographs are not high resolution but clear enough to identify faces and details, such as the tablet screen reflecting daylight. The individuals were dressed in business casual attire, blazers, no ties, and stood on a balcony overlooking a quiet London street. Regarding their authenticity, most analyses affirm their legitimacy. Social media discussions, particularly on X, highlight consistent lighting, accurate shadows for the time of day, and precise clothing details, such as fabric creases, that withstand scrutiny. Some questioned whether the images could be staged or altered, but no evidence supports these claims. I did think myself at the start maybe this was a fake image, but I think not. Elements like reflections in the balcony's glass align with expectations. The critical question is not the photograph's authenticity, but why they were taken at all. Why conduct a private meeting in a location visible to photographers? This has sparked numerous theories. The prevailing speculation on social media suggests Harry and Meghan's team deliberately arranged the balcony discussion to ensure that it was photographed. Some propose their representatives invited Charles's aide to the balcony for a brief 10-minute conversation, aware that paparazzi were positioned to capture the moment. The intent, according to this theory, was to create a public narrative that Harry is seeking reconciliation, enhancing their image as a couple striving for peace. This aligns with their history of strategic media engagements, such as interviews and documentaries. An alternative theory suggests that Charles's team orchestrated the leak to portray him as a compassionate leader working to unite the family, particularly given criticism of his perceived aloofness. A less common perspective suggests that Charles' representative was unaware of the photographers, possibly misled by Harry's team into stepping outside. I think not, somehow. Another theory, though less substantiated, proposes both parties agreed to the public exposure to gauge public sentiment about Harry's potential return. And as I've said to you, the whole thing's staged anyway. So much of it is staged. The timing of the photograph's release adds to the scrutiny. William and Catherine are currently enjoying significant public support following their successful appearances, and the emergence of these images shifts attention to Harry. Some supporters believe this was a calculated move by Harry's team to overshadow the Wales's achievements. Others speculate Charles is hastening reconciliation efforts, aware of the limited time in his reign, and is pressing William and Catherine to comply. Notably, William's representatives were absent from the meeting, indicating his reluctance to participate. Sources describe William as resolute, particularly due to Harry's past criticisms of Catherine, including claims in his memoir that she was unwelcoming to Meghan and caused a dispute over a bridesmaid's dress. And I'll include my old video about that bridesmaid incident in the description, because we must not forget just how badly Charlotte was treated, and Catherine. Catherine is reportedly willing to support Charles to an extent, but prioritises protecting her family over accommodating Harry, who has publicly disclosed private family matters. Harry has not just exposed private family matters and betrayed Catherine. He has put her and her children at great risk. Supporters of Prince William and Catherine are very vocal, expressing distrust of Harry and Meghan's intentions. Social media platforms, in particular X, are filled with sentiments that the couple has damaged trust through years of public criticisms, including interviews, a documentary series, and a memoir. Many question Harry's motives, suggesting he may be positioning himself favourably with Charles before a potential change in reign, possibly seeking restored security or titles. That would make sense, wouldn't it? Get them restored because Charles wants to just make his mark before the end of his reign and be known as a peacemaker, and then Harry and Meghan would have to have their positions taken away by William, who would then be king. It would seem as though William would be starting his reign by actually getting rid of them. The balcony photographs intensified these concerns. Why hold a private meeting in such a public setting unless intentional? Some describe it as a strategic manoeuvre, with one social media post suggesting Harry is carefully planning his next steps. Others question whether Charles's team misjudged the situation, believing a public display of reconciliation efforts would garner support, but instead prompted scepticism from William and Catherine's supporters. The photographs and the meeting they depict raise significant questions about trust and intent. Is Harry genuinely seeking to mend ties? Or is this a calculated effort to maintain relevance? Is Charles driving this initiative to secure his legacy, or was he outmanoeuvred by a media-savvy team? William and Catherine's supporters remain steadfast, viewing them as the monarchy's future and unwilling to see them compromised by a reconciliation that lacks sincerity. So what are your thoughts? Should William and Catherine stand firm, or could this meeting lead to genuine resolution? I know what I think. Share your views in the comments and let's keep this conversation going. If you haven't already, subscribe, ding the bell to receive alerts for more of these videos, and also my series of royal mysteries where I dig deep into royal mysteries over the ages. So thanks for watching this, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.